Happy Tuesday, Daily Dosers. Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you for joining us this week. This is gonna be a fun one. I know you're like, Chris Brown on a Tuesday? We had Larry on a Monday? Aren't you a Monday guy after you teach? Yes, I am, but this is a special week, so I get to kick off a Tuesday because what you're gonna be hearing tomorrow and the next day and the next day next, this is all flowing into one. We're gonna talk to you, between just you and me, it's a little bit of a drive-by guilting, about relationships, about being in community, about the need for you and I to be in community. And I don't know about you, but I'll be honest with myself first and foremost. Left on my own, I'm not gonna be in community. Now, get me straight. I'm gonna live in a community. I'm gonna have some friends in my life. I'm gonna have some people in my life. But putting me in a chair in a circle where I need to pretend like I care about you and I need to be vulnerable with my stuff so you can care about me, not Chris. Not Chris at all. In fact, before I was forced to do it, no time in my life have I ever been like, you know what I need this week? I need a circle of people that I can just sit with and I can hear their problems and I can share mine. Never. Never. And yet something started to work in my life with the Spirit of God and what God was doing in Chris to realize there's a lot of things you can do in life by yourself, isn't there? You can drive by yourself, you can go to work by yourself, you can paint by yourself, you can go on hikes by yourself, you can ride bikes by yourself. You know what you can't do by yourself? Christianity. Christianity was never made to be a solo sport, never. You know why? Because page 1 of the Bible. Page 1 of the Bible, the very creative act, it begins with God saying, let us make man and woman in our image. So in the image of God, he made them both male and female. Did you catch something there? I'm not talking about male and female. Did you catch something from the very beginning? We have a God that does not, cannot exist outside of community. We have a God where community relationship is so important. It is the very makeup of who he is. A 3-in-1, a Trinity, a triune, 3-part God of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And we are made in his image, and we were made to inhabit his spirit. Therefore, even though it goes against who Chris is, it goes against my natural bent, my sin nature, my selfishness, my use of time, there is something inside of us, being made in the image of God, that desires to be known and to know others. There's something in us that was made for community. And when you and I live outside of that, we're living outside of our purpose, if you will. I was reading a book that said the average male in America has 0.7 best friends. I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, are you kidding me? Dudes, we can't even come up with a whole best friend. And I know some of you are like, that's not what it's saying. Like my best friend, he's about 0.7 of a guy. Okay, maybe. But the reality is we can't come up with a whole best friend. It's not like the average American male has 5 best friends. No, the average American male has 0.7 of a best friend. And I'm like, it takes 2 of us to make 1.5? How are we doing this? We're terrible at it, is what it means. We've grown up in this Western culture where I can do it alone. I don't need anybody. And weakness is being vulnerable. And I'm not want to sit and hear your vulnerability. We don't know even how to process well real relationship. And then we come across Proverbs. I don't know why I'm reading it because I can quote it. Most of us can, but Proverbs 27:17. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. We're not just made in the image of a God that exists in community. We're not just made to inhabit the spirit of a God that desires community, lives in community. But we realize there's no growth without sharpening. Where has the major growth in my life come from? First and foremost, Spirit of God. Secondly, Amy. What that poor woman has had to pour into me for the last 28 years of getting me to have a little bit more sensitivity, a little bit more feeling, a little bit more EQ, a little bit more understanding. I live in relationship with someone who has made me better, who has sharpened me. I really don't think I could be in ministry, or definitely not the ministry I'm in today, without Amy in my life. And I've realized in the past 15, 16 years, when I live in a community with other couples and we have a place where every week we can share and encourage and equip, it's almost like I'm being sharpened. It's almost like I'm getting what I need. I'm better. And it's almost like I get a role in sharpening them. So this week we're talking about community. Yeah, it's life group signups. Click at northcoast.com, get in a community, get in a life group. Those of you that are watching from outside of Orange County and North County, because we're not in Orange County, we've got online community groups like crazy. Try one. Try one for 2 nights. If you don't like it, leave your square blank and never show up. We don't know where you live. Try one. Why? because I've got a million reasons why not to, and one good one. We were made to do this.